This is Shirley McNair again with our daily blog of poetry and interesting questions we asked about women over 50. As we were talking about before, the things that I wear, I have a child 38 and one 37, particularly sometimes they don't like it. I have one 24 too, they don't like it, and they want me to wear things to make me look older. I'm 59 years old, and I got a dress like this. What do you think I look like? You send your comments to sjmcnair531 @yahoo.com or sjmcnair531 @gmail.com. Now to the poetry. And I have chosen some special poems today to read and recite for you. As you know, yesterday was Michael Jackson's, the anniversary of his death. And in recognition of him, I have wrote him a poem, and I'd like to read it to you now. It's a poem from Michael Jackson. It says, Michael Jackson, another icon has fallen. God needed assistance, so he came a-calling. Your wonderful music for over the years, through family and fault, there were many tears. Don't cry for him because he left. Take pride in his music and enjoy yourself. A wonderful person he was to everyone. Michael is now gone to live in the sun. His music is forever in our hearts, where it will always be. So say goodbye and good night. For now, Michael is free. For comments on that, send it also to the email address I stated before. Keep sending it throughout the show. Next, I'm going to read a poem to you. Well, recite a poem to you. This one I wrote from the Bible. I took many Bible verses and I incorporated it into a poem. And it's called In the Beginning. It goes, in the beginning, God made earth, and then he created man to live and do the best that he can. Genesis tells us so. It gives us guidance which way to go. Moses and his people endured hardships, you see. But they didn't worry because they knew with God one day they'd be free. Noah endured 40 days and 40 nights of the rain God sent. No fear he showed because he knew they were heaven sent. Lay your treasures in heaven and not on earth. Believe in God and all his worth. The story is endless, and then you see, God sent Jesus to save you and me. Jesus came to let us know to believe in him and read the Bible and you will glow. There are many in the Bible to speak God's word. John, Job are a few that you have heard. There are many in the Bible who love God so. Just keep him in your heart and never let go. Follow his word and the path you may take. It will fortify your soul and you'll never break. To everything there is a season. God made this known. Read his words and the things he's shown. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The things I do are the things I don't. Lay beside the still waters, he's always there. He's there through the hard, and he's there through the fair. When reading the Bible, read it slow. Each word is an instruction of which way to go. Follow the path of righteousness, and you will see God will be at the end in eternity. I hope you like that. That's in the beginning, and it is in my book, Mama's Poetry by Shirley McNair at publishamerica.com. And today I also have a special one for you. My daughter, she writes poetry. This is her book. It's called Simply Elevated by Nika Noel at publishamerica.com. She writes love and sensuous poetry. So if you enjoy that, pick up one. Next, I have one more poem that I like to read to you. This is one I wrote to a friend. I knew him maybe 2 or 3 years, and he got sick and he died within 3 months. And he used to do special things like, if I was a single mother, didn't have any money, I'd go to his shop and he would loan it to you. He would do things, buy you things. So I wrote this poem for him when he died and put it in my book. It's called Goodbye to a Friend. His name, by the way, is Weeby Lofton. That's an odd name, so bear with me. I knew a man named Weeby Lofton. He was a great person, even though I didn't see him very often. I met him in the course of everyday life. not knowing he was one of God's angels who helped with the toils and strife. Every time I seen him, he had a smile on his face. Now I know that was only God's grace. He became ill. No one could understand. God needed an angel, so he got a real man. There is nothing to be said or nothing to be done. He's living with God now beneath the morning sun. You may be hurt or you may cry. Just know he's in paradise now. Let him give it a try. I will miss him also and all the nice things he's done. But he's with God now and he's still having fun. He'll always be in your heart, if not in your sight. Just remember when you pray. Just always say goodnight. I would like to say goodbye to my friend who left so soon. We will see him one day in heaven, just before noon. I hope you like that one. And you send your comments on my poetry and my comments to sjmcnair531 at yahoo.com and sjmcnair531 at gmail.com. Now for our facts and tips for women over 50. Give me a minute here. I have some good ones for you today. In fact, it's women and things that they did and when they were over 50. But let me see, I was going to give you some facts on how women feel when they become 50 and over. Here's one's comment. She said, a seasoned woman is spicy. And these are things that some women over 50 did. We have, well, it has on here, Nancy O'Reilly. She's a clinical psychologist that wrote books over 50 that made the top sellers. And we also checked out a prominent author named Shirley W. Mitchell. It had in hers that she was fabulous after 50 and sensational after 60. I thought that was a humor because I'm 59. I'm getting there. And then we have this comment that Andy Rooney made about women over 50. He said if he had to say about women aging, then sprinkled in a few observations for 60 minutes. Crusty humorous Andy Rooney, so you can look that up online. Okay, here's some of the tips for women over 50 for today. It says, after turning 50, I felt liberated. I felt like I could be what I wanted to say. Let me start over. After turning 50, I felt liberated. I felt like I could say what I wanted to say, do things I wanted to do, and wear things I wanted to wear, which is part of my show every day about what should a woman over 50 wear. What is allowed, what is commented on, why is it commented on. Okay, next, number 2. At 50, if you use condoms, is it safe sex or you avoiding being pregnancy? But we know the answer to that. It's humorous, but what a relief you don't have to worry about one of them anymore. You still have to practice safe sex at any age. Okay, number 3. We don't sweat the little things anymore, and we've learned that darn near everything is a little thing, which is the truth. Because my mother used to say, if you got a problem and you don't work at it, it'll never change. If you work at it and it doesn't change, that means move on to something else. Keep it moving. All right? So, and number 4. The woman over 50 makes her relationship with herself, number 1. The kids are grown. She learned to let them go and stop worrying about them. And that's a wonderful thing to have. Know that you have kids that's responsible for themselves. Even if you may be getting up in years, after a while they're going to be responsible for you. So what you taught them, they will show you back. Okay. And it's last but not least, and we'll save the rest for another segment, is number 5. You say screw it to plastic surgery. I read somewhere that more women in their 40s get plastic surgery than in their 50s. I think it's because once you hit 50, you don't care. You say, I am who I am. But there's never no reason for any woman, or what age, 50 or over, to look bad. It is too many products on the market for that. I'm told I look 30. Some people say I look 40. Some people might say 50. But I've never been told that I am my age. And I just use regular things. Clean my face, wash it, put some night cream on. Go ahead. But it works. Be good to yourself, and yourself will be good to you. Until tomorrow, we'll see you again. Bye.